Lennox Sengre, KTN.
Today on the First of Facts, we examine the hypocrisy among our politicians that was clearly evident before, during and after Raila Odinga's death. Haman Kamariki with these week's First the Facts.
Now, welcome to First the Facts. Imagine this. A man spends his life planting trees, not just seedlings in the soil, but roots in the conscience of the country. He shields the earth with his bare hands, breathes life into barren ground, and teaches a generation to care. Then one day, they crown him the hero of climate change, the greatest environmentalist of our time. They give him a medal, a standing ovation, and even place in the sky. Only problem, he's accorded the honor when he's dead. Tell me what kind of a country writes poetry at a man's funeral after vandalizing the chapters of his life. When you plant a tree, they mock you. You water it, they sneer. You nurture it, they call you names. But the moment you die, they chop the same trees down. This is First the Facts. Now, a country was draped in mourning, but behind the veil, hypocrisy was revealed, raw, rotten. Because look at this. On the very day this country lost the man who bled for her democracy, President William Samoei Ruto was busy signing into law a bill that murders that democracy in daylight. The cyber crime bill, a law that strangles the voices Raila spent his life trying to free.
Kama wanasema tumefanya maovu, tumekiuka sheria, tuko tayari kushikwa na kupelekwa mahakamani.
A law that criminalizes the very freedom he was beaten for, jailed for, and nearly died for. The grief is real, but the betrayal is even louder. And maybe, just maybe, that's the cruelest irony of all time. You die fighting for freedom, they bury you with speeches and then outlaw the dream you died for. He praised the same man whose dream he had just buried in ink. What an irony. Now, just leave that aside. Let me tell you about Kimani Ichung'wah. Now, take it closer. The majority leader in parliament. When Raila Odinga was alive, he was a man on fire, throwing insults like confetti, mocking him with the ease of someone who thought history forgets.
Raila Odinga is a mercenary for hire, hired by Uhuru Kenyatta. Na hiyo sio mambo ya kudanganyana.
But then moments Raila died, guess who was the first on the plane? Front row at the funeral, taking selfies in black shades, posting long, glowing tributes about what they termed the greatness of a man he once called the enemy.
Musifikiri ati wananchi wa kawaida ndio watapoteza mali. Even you will pay a price.
When Raila fought, he was a devil. But when he died, suddenly he became a saint. Isn't it strange how death rewrites memory? And I keep wondering, what if, just what if, while Raila still breathed, they chose to stand with him instead of shouting against him? What if they saw the fire in him as light, not threat? Maybe our democracy would be stronger today. Maybe that cybercrime bill would have died before it was even born. But hypocrisy is our national anthem here in Kenya. Let me tell you about the former Deputy President Gachagua. When Raila lived, he was the problem.
Mambo ya kujadiliana na Raila Odinga is one agenda only: to discuss his exit from Kenyan politics and permanent retirement from this country.
When Raila died, he was a liberator. It's a funny one. He even posted Raila on Facebook. And then there's this guy, Miguna, the man with one name twice. The man who turned roasting Raila into a morning ritual. Every dawn, like clockwork, his fingers typed fire and venom thread after thread, tweet after tweet. Then Raila died, and suddenly, just suddenly, Miguna on his platforms called him man of democracy. And then, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce for you Governor Mutahi Kahiga of Nyeri. Now this one deserves his own textbook. Once upon a rally, he stood tall and declared Raila Odinga was the reason Mount Kenya was underdeveloped. But tell me, Governor, how did Raila stop you from drilling boreholes in Nyeri? Did Raila stand in the rain holding your blueprint hostage? Did he chain himself to your bulldozers or hijack your county's health budget at a gunpoint? How did a man not in government stop you from building ECDE classrooms? Then, the day Raila died, the same governor stood before the press, face long, voice soft, and called him a great leader, a father of democracy. But behind closed doors, in his mother tongue, he said words we can't even air on this program. And I'm tired. Let me grab my earpods here and just listen to a song. Games people play. My name is Haman Kamariki. I'm going to enjoy this song because I'm not just going to tell you more.